This week on Wardens, a Michigan conservation officer in District 6 patrols waterfowl hunters on the opening day for targeting teal and geese.
Why do we have to continue to have these issues with each other?
Some D5 officers recount a turkey case that came about as a result of a call from an observer and how tipsters can be rewarded for their help, as well as a look into efforts of one of the state's 6 fish hatcheries to put more Great Lakes muskie into state waters.
Wild animals and wild places. They're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors.
Many Michigan waterfowl enthusiasts look forward to September 1st each year, as it's the opening day to hunt Canada geese, as well as blue and green-winged teal. The weather is usually still warm on the waterfowl opener. But that doesn't stop dedicated hunters from trying to bag some geese and teal. While many hunters head to private land in their efforts to get their birds, the state also offers 15 DNR-managed public waterfowl management areas and high-quality wetlands on game areas across southern Michigan. In the state's District 6, Conservation Officer Adam Boyteen starts his shift before daylight in the Crow Island State Game Area. Officer Boyteen begins his day by watching the area to get a feel of how many hunters are near him and to pinpoint their specific locations.
So typically within the first hour, doesn't necessarily have to be opening day, but it could be any day that we're checking waterfowl hunters. We're observing, just making sure that, especially during the teal season, that nobody's harvesting mallards, wood ducks, which are pretty common birds that get misidentified in the early part of the teal season.
He is also paying attention for some common infractions that frequently take place during waterfowl season.
The goose time zone started at 6:27 this morning and teal started at 6:57, so there was a half-hour difference just so that there was enough time for people to distinguish what a wood duck could be versus what a teal could be. So we're looking for those kind of violations, taking the wrong species, looking for hunting before legal shooting time, just watching, making sure that everything's good. And if there is a flagrant violation or if there is something that is a really big deal, we'll go address that. But typically, just kind of watch, let people do their thing, and then go check them after that.
After staying in place for more than 90 minutes and getting a good idea of who's hunting nearby, CO Boyteen heads towards a group of hunters.
How's it going, guys? Good. You guys doing some shooting, I see. You just check guns and licenses, all that good stuff, okay? You don't what?
I don't got my stamp yet.
Your federal stamp?
Yeah, I bought it last night.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. As long as you got this, you're okay.
My wallet's up in the truck.
Okay. You know, I've written you that before, right?
Yeah, I know.
Why
I
you?
left it home. I actually got it this time.
Well, you didn't have it on you last time either.
Right.
And I wrote you a ticket for it. Where are the ducks at? Right over there. Okay. Okay, thank you. Where are the birds at? You guys got any more anywhere? Okay, cool. Anything else, or was that it for you guys?
That's it.
Okay. Did you said you bought your license last night? I've written you a ticket once for it already.
I know. I'll never do it again.
Well, I don't believe that because you've already done it, so. Station 20 from 6110 inline RS Waterfall.
Federal duck stamp, a 21 base, looks like negative for a waterfall.
Clear. You don't have a waterfall license, guy.
I paid for everything. I paid $65 for it all yesterday.
Okay, so I just ran you, and it says you have your federal duck stamp.
Well, I got it at up.
Listen,
All right,
listen.
Yes, sir.
You have your federal duck stamp, okay?
Yep.
Which you told me you bought that in the store.
I did yesterday.
Okay.
Everything.
So you have that.
Yep.
You got your base license, which is
Yes.
good, but you don't have your state waterfowl license. Okay.
I didn't even realize that. So I misplaced the waterfowl.
No, there's no misplacing. You just didn't purchase it.
The Michigan Department of Natural Resources operates 6 state fish hatcheries where eggs are hatched and baby fish or fry are raised. The state's southernmost hatchery is the Wolf Lake State Fish Hatchery. It offers a visitor center that includes a wide variety of displays and information to educate the public.
We are open 1st of April through the end of October regularly, and then November we're open weekends only, and then we go down to we're not open in the winter. Our trails are always open, you can always feed the fish, but the crux of our programming is in the spring, summer, and fall.
The State Fish Hatchery at Wolf Lake is the only one in Michigan that rears Great Lakes muskie. As a result, the trucks that leave this facility could be taking fish anywhere throughout the state.
Our main goal of this project is to establish 2 new broodstock lakes. What I mean by broodstock lakes is where we keep adults that we'll be able to go to in the future to take eggs from. So currently, right now, we're using the Detroit River for all of our broodstock. The problem with using the Detroit River is just the sheer size of it. It's very labor intensive to get the females and males, the adults, and get the eggs to bring back to the hatchery.
In the past, the Wolf Lake Fish Hatchery reared a different strain of muskie, which affected how and where the fish were distributed. Now that they only raise the Great Lakes strain, they have more flexibility regarding where the young fish are taken.
We are raising northern strain muskie, which are not indigenous to Michigan, except for a very small portion of the western end of the UP. So what this gives us the ability to do is pretty much stock any body of water with muskie to create future fishing opportunities, and also to reestablish muskie populations that are on the decline across the state.
When the fish are around 3 to 4 inches, they are moved outdoors to one of 4 rubber-lined ponds that hold the fish.
So those started out in the hatchery in the spring when we got their eggs in May. They were raised there until approximately mid to late August. And then because we want to get them up to that larger size, we need more space for them. So they moved out to the ponds, and they've been out there since. So they're just draining these fish out, and they'll go right on the truck and get stocked into several locations.
The process to get the fish out of the ponds and into position to be loaded onto trucks usually takes only a few days.
These 4 ponds are all connected underground via PVC pipe, and we have an external kettle, if you will, or a collection basin. So as we drain the pond down, all the fish are going to run underground, and they're going to be collected into this concrete box we have here, where we can easily bring up stocking vehicles and get them loaded onto trucks.
Even if you're not an angler coming here to visit the hatchery or one of our other hatcheries, an opportunity to go on the nature trails and just see how conservation works in Michigan and how you can be a part of that and enjoy our natural resources. What
anglers can look forward to in a few years is there's just going to be a lot more bodies of water sprinkled all over the state, so they don't have to drive as far where they did in the past, where we had a small number of lakes that we were providing fisheries with the northern strain. Now we're pretty much branching out, and we've added just a lot more bodies of water to fish.
Michigan Conservation Officer Adam Boyteen is patrolling waterfowl hunters on the opening day of the teal and goose season. After observing the hunters around him for the first hour or so of daylight, CO Boyteen checked his first hunting party.
You know, I've written you that before, right?
Yeah.
One of the men in this group is familiar to Officer Boyteen because he's issued him a citation in the past for not having his waterfowl license.
You don't have a waterfowl license, guy.
Once again, this man has not purchased a license to hunt waterfowl before heading afield.
Why do we have to continue to have these issues with each other? And it's not so much an issue, but you don't have your license, and you're out here waterfowl hunting, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write you a ticket.
Okay.
Again, because you are not understanding what the program is, okay? So with that first group of hunters today, we saw a violation for not having your state waterfowl license. You need to have that. Also, you need to have your base license and your federal migratory bird stamp to hunt waterfowl in the state of Michigan. The individual that we contacted, I've ran into him before for some of the same violations, and there's just no excuse for that, especially that we've had similar contacts before. Everything you need is right there.
Okay.
Just I'm letting you know, that's where you go to look for it, right?
Okay.
Okay. Here's the thing. This isn't the first time that we've done this, right? Last time was because you were trespassing and you didn't have it on you.
Yes, sir.
this time you don't even have it, okay? I know that when you go to get your licenses, sometimes that they don't do a great job of explaining to you what you need, but it's on you. It's on you, okay? And I really hope we stop having these interactions, okay?
Yes, sir.
It's usually pretty good, and I know you're a polite guy, but at the same time, you gotta have your stuff squared away, okay?
Yes, sir.
So, take care of that. A lot of times you'll hear, like today was a prime example, that if you go purchase your license at a retail location, that an individual will walk up to the counter, they'll say, hey, I need to purchase my licenses for the year, and the person giving them the licenses hasn't been through any proper training on what licenses they actually need. So it falls back on the hunter to advise them that, yes, you gave me the right thing, or no, you didn't, or I just want to make sure that I have everything that I need.
In this case, for hunting waterfowl without a state waterfowl license, this man paid court-ordered fines of $225 and was placed in jail until his fines were paid.
Today, like right now, you need to buy your license.
Okay.
I'm gonna check tomorrow
Yes, sir.
at 8 o'clock in the morning, and if you don't have it, we're gonna have another conversation, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. You guys be safe, all right?
Yes, sir.
There are typically 2 conservation officers in each of Michigan's 83 counties, with a limit on how often each can be in the field on a particular day, week, or month. The state relies on tips from the public to help make law enforcement officers aware of potential violations. In Michigan's District 5, 3 officers were on a spring patrol where they were tasked with protecting one resource when a tip to the Report All Poaching hotline sent them in another direction.
During spring turkey season, we received a complaint of an individual shooting a turkey from a motor vehicle in Oscoda County. The complaint gave us a complete description of the motor vehicle in which was being drove and a pretty good description as of who was shooting the turkey.
So when we got the information, we had a plate with the vehicle, and we contacted our Station 20 down in Lansing, our dispatch. The guys and gals at Station 20 do a great job, and they were able to take that last name from the registered owner and find a property up in Oscoda County that had the same last name. At that point in time, Officer Garrett and I headed towards that address. We were actually on a surveillance detail for a fishing patrol that day.
Officer Brad Belleville and James Garrett were not in uniform, as their role for the fishing patrol was to fish alongside other anglers. Upon receiving word of the potentially illegally taken turkey, they located the suspect's vehicle at a cabin and waited for an officer in uniform and in a marked vehicle.
We were in an unmarked vehicle, which worked in our favor. We were able to locate the address and drive right up to it. At that point in time, we backed out of the drive and went down and sat in the woods and waited for a uniform officer to come and assist with interviews.
We got a hold of Conservation Officer Kyle Bader to meet us up there since he was in a marked unit.
I went to the complainant's address. I met the complainant there. He took me to exactly the spot in the road where he watched somebody shoot at a turkey from the tailgate of their pickup. And he was able to tell me what type of shoes they had on, the license plate of the truck, make and model of the truck, where in the woods the turkey was at when he saw him shooting.
In addition to the turkey that had been taken in view of a witness, upon conducting interviews, CEOs discovered evidence that suggested another turkey had been illegally shot.
We had 3 of us there and multiple people to interview, basically playing the game of whodunit. And divide and conquer, we all interviewed different people. Officer Garrett and I talked to a few different individuals, and when we pulled them off to the side to interview them, we noticed that the backyard of the cabin had corn scattered through it, and there were fresh turkey feathers basically going from the corn pile to the bed of the truck.
The officers in this case did a great job in responding to the scene and looking at preserving the evidence and looking at the scenario as a whole, and then taking that information, using the plainclothes officers and the uniform officers that were on scene to come up with a great case and get 2 illegal turkeys out of it. So the public is credited with that, because if he doesn't come forward and report that violation, we don't even know it exists.
We wouldn't be able to have made this case if we hadn't had somebody watching things and make that extra step to be willing to call us and say, hey, this is what I saw.
As a sign of their appreciation for being their eyes and ears in the field, the state of Michigan frequently gives tipsters cash rewards.
The reward depends on your involvement in the case. So if you have a higher involvement and there's a higher risk to reporting the violation you report, or you do much more footwork to get us more information, that your reward tends to be higher. These rewards are viewed by a committee, and that committee determines, okay, based on the report that the officer wrote up, the involvement of the complainant, this is how much we are going to give that complainant in a reward fashion.
Had he just done what is so easy to do and says, well, you know, I'm going to go pour another cup of coffee, or we'll go down and get the newspaper, and not called us, you know, these people would have gotten away with killing not one but 2 illegal turkeys.
For shooting a turkey from the tailgate of his truck while it was in a public roadway, one hunter paid a court-ordered fine of $2,075, $1,000 of which was reimbursement for the turkey that went to the Fish and Game Fund. He also forfeited the firearm he used to shoot the turkey. The other hunter, who shot a turkey over bait, also paid a court-ordered fine of $2,075, with $1,000 of that going to the Fish and Game Fund as reimbursement for the turkey. He was also placed on probation for 18 months.
If the person did not call us into Station 20, you know, call in the complaint, we never would have caught him. We can't catch him if you don't call.
That's the best thing you can do, is be a witness, because if it weren't for everything that he saw and told us, we probably wouldn't have been able to make the case.
Always be looking. It's everybody's job to protect the resources here in Michigan, and we want your help, and we encourage it.
The number is plastered on the side of the truck for a reason.
Michigan Conservation Officer Adam Boytine is working on the opening day for geese and teal hunting. In the late morning, he notices a pickup truck that's pulling a boat and appears to belong to waterfowl hunters.
Where are the teal at?
Oh, they're in there.
In the boat?
2 and 2. 2, you got one right there. Yep. You got 4?
I got one.
I got 4. Subject to the waterfowl.
Oh, yeah.
Federal East Stamp and base.
Clear, thank you. You guys have a good rest of the day.
Yeah, you too.
Earlier in the day, after starting his shift before daylight and watching the hunting that was taking place around him in the Crow Island State Game Area, CO Boytine checked on hunters from his patrol boat.
Did you get the state waterfowl license?
Is there like
Tell you what,
website do I go to?
no website. I'll just grab your name and date of birth, okay?
But it looks like negative for the
Safety's on
waterfowl.
if there's one
Negative for
standard.
the waterfowl. So, I just ran your license, and it says you don't have the state waterfowl license.
Michigan Conservation Officer Adam Boytine is checking on waterfowl hunters on the opening day for goose and teal hunting. He's contacted a man in a boat who had been hunting just before CO Boytine started talking to him.
You got a life jacket in there?
5 Lincoln yellow.
No, I don't.
Why not?
I didn't know I had to have one of those either.
Yeah, okay, so you gotta have one of those. You, as the hunter, you need to make sure that you have all your stuff,
Yeah.
right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head up to your truck and we're gonna look for that. Anytime you put a motor on a vessel, it's gotta have registration on it, whether it's a canoe, kayak, whether it's 55-gallon drums, whatever the heck the case may be, it's gotta.
Even if it's run off a battery?
Even if it's run off a battery. Anytime that there's a prop associated with it, it's gotta be registered. We'll have you walk to your truck and we'll settle up in the parking lot, okay?
Okay.
I double, triple check. You don't have that state license, okay? So you need to make sure that in the future you get that taken care of. So there's 3 violations here. We got the no hunt waterfowl with no waterfowl license. We've got the unregistered vessel because it has a motor on the back of it. And then we have the no PFD, okay? I'm not gonna write you all 3. I'm just gonna write you the state waterfowl license, okay?
Okay.
Does that kind of seems pretty decent to me? But you need to keep in mind that all of those things are issues and all those things are violations, okay?
How do I go about registering? I guess it's got a serial number.
Yeah, so where did you get it? Some guy probably?
Cabela's in Saginaw.
Okay, so they should
It's like a seasonal thing.
bill of sale. So you need to take that to Secretary of State. You need to make an appointment with Secretary of State and you need to get it registered that way.
In this case, for hunting without a state waterfowl license, this man paid a court-ordered fine of $50.
In the guide, it explains to you exactly what you need. It's on page 22. So whether it's trapping, hunting, waterfowl, bear, elk, any of those kind of things, it's going to tell you exactly what you need in there. So it's a $12 waterfowl license. That's what you got to get, okay? And if you have any other questions, just go online and download this. Just go to Google, type in Michigan duck hunting. This will pop up and everything you need to know is there.
This week on Wardens, Michigan conservation officers in the state's Upper Peninsula patrol bear hunters in the early part of the fall season. And to look at the DNR's efforts to make hunting blinds more accessible to hunters who are disabled.
Wild animals and wild places. They're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors.
The month of September can send Michigan conservation officers in several directions. Although none of the regular deer seasons begin until October 1st, COs in the Great Lakes state may still be tasked with checking on anglers targeting salmon and other sport fish, waterfowl hunters, bear hunters, elk hunters, as well as some small game. An officer may start their shift expecting to target a specific hunting or fishing group and end up changing course several times throughout the day. In the state's District 1, Officer Zach Painter is on patrol in the middle of September and has encountered some hunters targeting upland birds.
Mind if I check your gun out?
Yeah.
Perfect. How long you been at it?
Probably hour, maybe hour and a half or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slide that back in for you. So, no birds yet, eh?
Nothing yet today.
All right, gotcha. You got your small game license on you?
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, have a good rest of your day. Nothing today yet?
Not a thing. So.
Okay. You mind if I come around and check your gun?
Not a problem.
I'll just come around that side so you're not handing it over, okay?
Yep, not a problem.
Perfect. That's it, right there. Perfect. Thank you.
I know I got them. The old geezer ones nowadays.
Yeah.
So.
Good. Alrighty. Well,
that,
appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for being around.
No problem.
Approximately 4 hours to the east by automobile of where CO Painter is patrolling, Officer Todd Simbera is also on patrol in mid-September in the state's District 2. CO Simbera begins his shift by checking on some waterfowl hunters.
How's it going, guys? Good, any luck? I'll just start at this end, and then guns too. Perfect, you're good. Perfect. Perfect. Here's your license. Yep. Perfect, just have you load up too. Yeah, just go ahead and load it for me real quick.
Officer Simbera does not observe anything that requires enforcement action while interacting with a group that's targeting ducks and geese.
Nice group of birds.
You are? Yeah. Every flock that came in for the first 45 minutes worked flawlessly. Every flock that came in after that didn't work at all.
Good. Well, I won't keep you guys.
We're done anyways. When you guys were pulling up, we were just talking about getting everything wrapped up.
Awesome.
Put your cameras down, help us pack up. Walk out here.
Well, good work today, guys.
Take her easy, guys.
Yeah, you too. We'll see you.
While traveling in his patrol truck, CO Simbera comes across an off-road vehicle that's driving down the road.
How you guys doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Reason I'm stopping you is no seatbelts on and no ORV sticker.
Yeah, I did have an ORV sticker on here, but
Where at?
I don't know. There was one on there. I don't know if it was on. I know I got one right after season. My dad did. My dad keeps up with all that. I must have blew off or something. I know he had
What's your dad's name? Okay. Go ahead and sit back in there for me. So regardless if he bought them and didn't put them on, you still have to have them on there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I could have swore he did. This is my dad. This is my dad's, but
do you have your ID on you?
yeah, well, it's
Okay.
a travel ID, but it's all broken.
Okay. What are you guys out doing?
I was just, like I said, I delivered some wood to a guy, just a cord of wood, and my dad was.
Do you have a
gonna-
driver's license?
I don't. I got my. I did have my ORV license. Well, I do, but I don't have it on me.
You don't have a valid driver's license?
No. Why is that bad?
Are you suspended, revoked?
It's suspended.
Suspended?
Yeah.
Okay. Legally, you can't operate an ORV without a valid driver's license, okay?
Michigan Conservation Officer Todd Cimbera has pulled over an off-road vehicle that was driving down the road.
Right now, you're operating on a public road, right?
Yeah.
So, technically, you know, ORV, snowmobile, motor vehicle, you have to have a valid driver's license to operate. Without that valid driver's license, you can't operate. The only thing you can operate with a suspended or revoked license is a watercraft.
Like a boat?
Exactly.
Oh, that's
exactly.
Are you serious?
Yep. So.
So I did the ORV. See, that's why I could have had the option to drive a truck, and I took this.
Do you have an ID? Do you have an ID card on you?
No, that's all I got.
This is all you have?
Yeah, I thought I was doing something right by taking this, but I guess not.
No, so you still have to have that valid driver's license, and it's still got to be stickered up. Out here, if you have just the ORV sticker, you're legal. All right.
Okay.
You got to pay attention though, because a lot of places now, DNR's putting up signs where it shows what you can and can't operate. Okay. So if there's a sign and it shows that, you know, a dirt bike, quad, side by side, stuff like that, that's technically a route, and you have to have your trail sticker as well. Okay. Both subjects are suspended. In order to operate an ORV in Michigan, you have to have a valid driver's license. Without that license, they can't operate. They're operating on a public roadway right now. They're gonna have to get somebody to pick them up and drive this rig back to their location. Looks like South Lower Hay Lake's probably gonna be the closest area. So they're gonna have to get a hold of somebody to come pick that up. I'm gonna issue a citation for no RV stickers, give them a break on the operated while suspended, and go from there. So I'll go inform them what I'm gonna do. Here's the deal. I'm gonna issue a citation for fail to license ORV. Okay. I'm not gonna issue a citation or take you to jail for operating with a suspended license, okay?
Okay.
Because legally you have to have that to operate in Michigan with an ORV on a public roadway, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Even ORV trails, once you operate this, once you leave your property, I mean, you have to have that, okay?
Okay. I didn't know that, I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna give you a break on that today. What I want you to do is contact somebody.
Okay.
They're gonna have to come pick you guys up.
Yeah, I was just on the phone. I figured that was gonna happen.
And then they're gonna have to drive this back, probably south Lower Hay Lake, where you live is the closest.
Yeah, it's just right off of 12 Mile. It's not far, but I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
So that's the break I'll give you today.
Okay.
But make sure you call somebody up now so they can come pick you guys up.
In this case, for not having his ORV licensed, this man paid a court-ordered fine of $130. He was given a warning for driving while his driver's license was suspended.
They called one of their friends. He came back, picked them up, and they hauled the side-by-side back to their house. Yeah, not a problem. Have a good one.
Just like Officer Cimbera, CO Zach Painter is on patrol in mid-September. In Michigan's District 1, Officer Painter is waiting in a spot where he's observed some violations in a location that's baited for bears.
It's against the law to use any sort of containers, plastic or metal barrels to bait bears here in Michigan. So he's also got a tree stand that's got no name or address or any way of identifying it. He's going cross-country on his ORV, making his own trail basically, and he's cut several larger trees down to make a shooting lane. So hopefully he'll come in today and we can make contact with him and see what's going on.
After waiting for about a half hour, Officer Painter hears a vehicle approaching him.
Shadow. He's going back in there right now. So we're gonna ease up here and walk in while he's baiting. Okay, so he's right down here. Good, how about yourself?
How are you today?
Not too bad, how are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Just coming in to check and possibly is going to sit. But
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
suppose you need to see my tag, right?
Yeah, sure. All right, so the reason I'm in here is the barrel, okay,
Yeah.
for one thing. You understand you're not allowed to use any containers or anything like that on public land, right?
Really? Okay. I'm just so used to using the barrel to judge the bear.
Sure,
That's
sure,
That's
okay.
why I got it. but-
Okay, gotcha. Iron River, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. And we got a couple other issues as well.
Okay.
The ORV, you see how you're coming right across country right here?
Yeah.
Okay, you can't make
Supposed
your
not
own
allowed to
roads.
do that either,
No,
right?
no.
Okay.
Also, have you got your name on your tree stand?
No, I
No.
forgot to do that.
Yeah.
No.
Do that with our deer hunting stands. We just forgot to do it with this one.
Yeah.
So I got 3 violations already against me.
Yeah.
With the project today, you can see the blinds in place. This is the location of the blind. What we did is we flagged the center of the shooting lanes that we want. And so out, I think we got 4 windows out. 3 of the windows we're gonna have shooting lanes. We're not gonna have a shooting lane out this window because of the way this hunter walking trail runs. We don't want to encourage, shooting that might interfere with this trail.
Today is a little bit special because we're out with the Michigan Department of Natural Resources clearing shooting lanes for accessible hunting blinds in the Gladwin State Game Area.
The Michigan Department of Natural Resources strives to do everything they can to make the public lands in the state accessible to anyone who wants to enjoy them, regardless of any disability they may have.
This is going to allow people with disabilities or mobility challenged to have access to the outdoors. The path is clear so that they can bring a wheelchair, a track chair, they can get to the blind, they can get into the blind, and then they can hunt out of it. They could use it for wildlife viewing. Hunting they could do is turkey hunting, deer hunting. They could just be out here doing photography if they wanted to.
Although several areas in southern Michigan have accessible blinds like this one, this is the first one in this area of the state.
These blinds are available kind of in the southeast, southwest, in some of the counties south of us, and I believe that we are the first northern lower region office to actually receive one of these. So it's kind of cool to be a part of something that has happened elsewhere, but opportunity hasn't been provided up here.
Michigan's DNR values the relationships and partnerships that they have with businesses and organizations throughout the state. One organization that they frequently work closely with is the Michigan United Conservation Clubs, or MUCC.
Michigan United Conservation Clubs, our goal is to unite the public to conserve, enhance, and protect Michigan's natural resources. So we do that through programs such as On the Ground, and we're here today with our On the Ground volunteers. It's a completely volunteer wildlife habitat improvement program.
Having this blind here and then having a project that MUCC can partner with us on is very valuable for not only the hunters and the hunting community, but the community in general.
Got a rabbit.
MUCC and the DNR have worked together in this area previously, and some of the people present were able to observe evidence that their work is paying off.
Starting to see some of the successes of the habitat work that we've done. In the wintertime, we do a lot of brush pile building, so we're creating habitat for small game, rabbits, and ruffed grouse. And then oftentimes we're hearing from hunters who have been out and had success visiting those brush piles. This morning we were here and 2 hunters shot a rabbit at one of the old brush pile sites we did 2 years ago. So we're kind of getting to the point in the habitat development that the circle is coming back. So the volunteer hunters are contributing, and then they're also benefiting from their resources and from their efforts.
We're excited to be out here today with our volunteers and making hunting a little bit more accessible for everyone, which is definitely one of our goals.
We had some grouse and rabbit guys out here today. Well, the rabbit hunting, because it's grouse season, is closed, but they said that some of the habitat work we've done in the past with MUCC and volunteer events like this, they have found good numbers of grouse and rabbits.
We had a great group of volunteers that came out today, and they all pitched in, and we got this job done pretty fast. I was really surprised, and it looks really nice. They did a terrific job because it was quite a tangle before they started.
I've been wanting to try to get us out to volunteer at something like this. I thought it would be good for my son too. I was glad this was the disabled blind. I had an uncle who was in a wheelchair who passed away a couple years ago, and he really enjoyed hunting, so it's nice that they have places like this that people can get out to in the wheelchair.
This program is much bigger than about building a rabbit habitat pile or clearing brush pile lanes behind me. It's meant to show folks that we're all in this together. You may come out here and want to sit in this blind and take a picture of a deer. There may be someone in a wheelchair who wants to hunt a deer from this blind. Maybe you want to bring your daughter out so she can see her first rough grouse drumming on a drumming log out here in front of it. There's a lot of opportunities for everyone to enjoy, and that's what OTG is about, bringing everyone under the same tent, making sure that we're all in the same boat together, thinking about wildlife, our natural resources, and how we're going to make 21st century conservation work as a team.
It's very fun.
Michigan Conservation Officer Zach Painter has encountered a man and his wife at a bear bait. They have an illegal bear bait as well as a tree stand that doesn't have their contact information displayed. They were also not wearing helmets while riding their ORV.
What are you using for bait?
Crushed cone, dog food, molasses, liquid smoke, and cherry pie filling.
Okay, can we take a look at it?
Yep.
You guys got any good bears on camera?
One probably about 250. That's
okay.
about it.
Yeah.
But it's been sporadic the way he's been coming in.
Yeah.
So
okay.
That's why I haven't even been sitting really.
Yeah. You got any other stands out?
I got one up on Scott Lake Road on private property out that way.
Okay.
But that one's been hit once in like 5 weeks.
Gotcha. Nothing else on public land?
No, nothing else on public land.
Okay.
Some dog food down.
Okay. These just waffle cones?
Yeah, just waffle cones. So do I gotta take that out right now?
Yeah.
Or?
So you're gonna have to remove it, but we're gonna deal with some things first. Okay. We're gonna have to go out back to the truck. Okay. We are gonna you are gonna get a citation today, but we'll figure things out. Okay.
Okay.
So
I've been trying to do everything legal too.
No, I get that, but some of this stuff is just too blatantly obvious. It's right in our digest.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how many cameras do you have?
One there and one there.
Okay. All right.
So I suppose that's violation too for threading them into the trees. I suppose.
Yeah, a little bit. We're not gonna worry too much about that. Okay. That's not the end of the world deal there. So.
Okay.
But yeah. So, do you have any sort of helmet or anything in your truck?
No.
Okay.
I leave them at home.
Okay.
I didn't think anything about it, coming in here, going back out.
Sure.
I usually do everything legally. It's just lately we've just been in a hurry to get everything done. I forgot to put tag on that.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Like I said, it's not the end of the world, but there's enough stuff here that's pretty blatant.
All right. Well, can she still ride out with me on the four-wheeler?
Well,
or no?
Why don't we walk out to the truck?
Okay.
And we'll avoid some violations here, okay?
Okay.
By doing that.
All right. So I'll have to get a tag put on that, right?
Yep, it's got to be identified with your name and address or driver's license number in order to leave it out here overnight, okay? Which that stand's been out here for a few days now, so. We're doing this. Would you mind setting that on the hood of my truck?
On the hood?
Yeah. Not that I don't trust you, it's just something I do.
Yeah, no, that's
So, you got any other weapons or anything in the vehicle?
No.
Okay. All right, cool. You guys wouldn't mind?
Just knives, just my hunting knives and stuff in there.
Okay. Yeah, just leave those in there. Give me a second. We're gonna.
Okay.
Well, catch your breath.
I gotta take this sweat off.
So, give me a minute. I'm gonna hop in my truck here.
Okay.
And we'll get some paperwork done and we'll get you out of here, okay?
All right.
All right. That worked out about perfect. You're just getting done baiting. And they had their four-wheeler all the way back in there off the trail. So we're gonna issue them a couple of citations and get them on their way.
In this case, this bear hunter pled guilty to tending an illegal bear bait station and for not having his name and address on his tree stand. He paid a court-ordered fine of $345. His wife did not face any charges.
I appreciate you being so cooperative and upfront with me. You have any questions for me on this?
Honestly.
Well, I don't think you guys are bad people at all. I just, yeah. But use it as a learning experience and
for sure.
Read the guide, please, because all this stuff is right there.
Like I said, I'm usually pretty damn good on all this stuff. But
and the whole barrel stuff, that's been a big bear issue that we've been bringing up for the last 2 years.
I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
We just wanted a bear.
Yeah.
That's what we were thinking.
Usually it's multiple days of sitting on people and waiting for them to show up. Yeah, I thought they might have snuck in before we got here, being a Saturday, but luckily they were here right on time and we were in the right position where they couldn't see us and got them in there right at the bait pile. So their four-wheeler was on their cross-country trail that they had made. So everything worked out pretty perfect.
This week on Wardens, a Michigan conservation officer in District 5 checks on operators of off-road vehicles during a busy spring weekend.
Hey! Come here.
COs in D7 patrol whitefish anglers on a cold night in late November.
It's not a coincidence that 3 CO trucks pull up to you simultaneously, right?
And to look at efforts the DNR takes to gauge fish numbers in a large inland lake. Wild animals and wild places. They're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors. Michigan conservation officers spend a lot of their time striving to protect the fish and game species within the borders of the Great Lakes state. However, they also want to do everything they can to make sure the state's waters and lands are being treated with the utmost care and respect. In the state's District 5, Officer Josh Russell is monitoring off-road vehicle riders during a busy Memorial Day weekend.
Chunk of state land here where we have a trail that goes all the way through, but there's some off trails that are bermed off that ORVs aren't supposed to be on. And then we got this hill climb here where ORVs come up and tear the hillside up, ultimately eroding away the hillside and damaging the environment, so the animals can't live in it anymore essentially, and just ultimately just destroying the habitat.
While driving on a 2-track and expecting to encounter ORV operators, CO Russell notices a man at a campsite and stops to chat with him.
How's it going? Just hanging out for the day, or what do we got going on? Yeah. Just hanging out? Okay. You sound like you've been camping here for a while, or? Yeah. Okay, how long you been here?
It's been a while. I've got a permit now.
Okay, where's your permit at?
Now, am I supposed to put this on a tree or something?
You're supposed to put it so that a tree so we can find it. So what day did you actually get here?
I got here quite a while ago. I don't even remember the exact day.
Okay, we're only supposed to stay in a spot 15 days. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, 15 days, and you got to move a half mile away. So, okay.
So half a mile?
Yeah, just a half mile. We don't require you to move like all the way down, like throughout, like way out of the county, but you just a half mile down on state land somewhere else. So that way someone can't just claim a section, especially for like deer hunting and stuff like that. So that way everyone can come in and use the land. Okay. This is all your stuff then, or that pile of stuff yours too?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have an ID on you by chance? Yeah. Okay. So this is all just a bunch of trash, or what's over here? Food? Okay. Okay. So is this a stash of food then? Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, so they'll show you have insurance and all that good stuff on it. So do me a favor, by Monday, find a new spot to camp, all right? Okay. Make sure you get a new camp card for it. and make sure we get everything cleaned up out of here, okay? I understand that pile, you got food over there, so I'm not really gonna ding you about anything like that, and you got your little spot right there. So just make sure you clean up after yourself, find somewhere at least a half mile away, and just remember we're 15 days, you got to move, okay? With a new camp card. So I don't know how long you plan on camping, but just make sure if you're over 15 days, you just find another spot, okay? Any questions for me? No. All right, have a great weekend, all right?
A short time later, Officer Russell observes an ORV operating on a state highway. He stops to chat with the driver.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. You know you can't operate on M18?
Well, I thought as long as you can come down the shoulder.
No, the county roads you can be on the farthest most right portion of the roadway. M roads are off limits.
Well, I thought as long as we just went from there to here.
No, you got your ID on you by chance? Sure. Okay, awesome. How about you? You got your ID on you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not supposed to be operating on M roads. So, yeah.
I'm just following him.
I
don't know where I am.
Okay, where are you from?
Downstate.
Okay.
About Indiana, Ohio.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So ORVs are not allowed on M roads at all. So to get where you guys are going, where you guys at again?
Back over here, Grass Lake.
Grass Lake, so you can take Meredith Grade across.
That's what we're doing. We're just coming down here to go, then we're going to take that trail right back into it.
Oh, okay, so you just stopping here to get gas, or what's going on?
I gotta give my dog some ice cream.
Ice cream for the dog.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's the only reason we was coming down this way.
Okay.
Not I'd have went straight on across.
Okay, gotcha. All right. No crazy wants, warrants, something like that. Nothing out of Texas for dog fighting. No. Believe it or not, it happens. So that's why I asked. So this is what I'm gonna do, right? I could write 3 tickets. I'm only gonna write 1. Okay, for just purely operation on the M road there. Okay, so instead of writing all 3 of you one, we'll write 1. You guys can all chip in and pay for the 1. How's that sound?
In this case, for operating his off-road vehicle on a paved road, this man pled guilty and paid a court-ordered fine of $150.
It's just a big safety issue.
Oh yeah,
so.
I get it because
100%.
Because we used to go from Meredith Grade on up to the trail, and shoot, I've been people passing at 60, 70 mile an hour before, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be 25 mile an hour.
Exactly.
The darn dog and getting ice cream.
Darn dogs, they cost you more money than they're worth sometimes, right?
This one here does.
Michigan conservation officers endeavor to protect all of the state's natural resources, and they sometimes give extra attention to some of the most vulnerable. For Lake Whitefish, this is certainly the case.
You can legally harvest 10 fish, so legally harvest means it has to be hooked in the mouth. And we see probably 3/4 of the fish that anglers catch are actually foul hooked.
With a small and delicate mouth, it can be difficult for anglers to hook them legally. Consequently, whitefish are frequently foul hooked or hooked somewhere other than the mouth. When fish are brought out of the water this way, they must be immediately returned to the water.
Lake whitefish are bottom feeders, so they're mostly eating fish eggs, smaller fish, invertebrates, bug larvae, and things like that. So they're kind of tough to catch. But anglers will use spinners, jigs, sometimes wax worms and fish eggs. Most common bait to use is usually a spoon, a jigging spoon.
In Michigan's District 7, Conservation Officer Jackie Miskovich is checking on whitefish anglers on a chilly November weekend.
Okay.
That's them.
Were you fishing too?
Yeah.
You guys got your fishing licenses?
We sure do.
Where on the fish did you hook them?
All in the mouth. These 2 were ours, so.
These 2 were yours?
Yep.
You know, even possessing a foul-hooked fish, you're not allowed to possess a foul-hooked fish.
Right.
Yeah, we know that. We were letting them go.
That's why we let them go if we didn't.
So, I'm going to ask one more time. Where were these fish hooked? You may have thrown some back.
Yes.
Where were these fish hooked?
In the mouth.
Yes.
Those snag marks are very fresh.
Where?
Well, this one, and then there was the one on the, right here.
This one's got a mark right there in the mouth.
You know how many times we get it where someone hooks it foul and then they go and hook it in the mouth?
We're just out fishing, actually first time for her white fishing, so
I'm just gonna
taking her out.
I'm gonna give you a warning on it, but just know how seriously we take whitefish snagging. even just possessing them is a hazard for people.
I didn't know that was a thing when we started.
Oh, I told her though. That's why she's like, why are you throwing my fish back? I'm like, you can't keep them unless they're hooked in the mouth.
In this case, Officer Miskovich takes the couple at their word that the snag marks came from other anglers and gave them a warning to not risk retaining these types of fish.
But I'm gonna let you keep these.
Well, I know in the future too now. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good day.
Hey, thanks. You guys have a great weekend.
You too.
Have a good night.
Walleye male, 17.7.
This is probably one of the most popular in the UP, you know, given its size, and it's just known as a walleye factory. Really, this whole eastern shore has perfect spawning habitat. It's gravel and cobble, it's windswept, so the substrate is kept clean, and it's, you know, really it's known around the Midwest. People come here from Illinois, Wisconsin, so really a tremendous walleye fishery.
Every 5 years, Michigan's Department of Natural Resources conducts a walleye survey on Lake Gogebic, the largest inland lake in the state's Upper Peninsula. They're looking to determine how many walleye are in the lake, as well as how the fish are doing.
We set nets out here yesterday. Today we're running the nets. We'll take the fish, we'll measure them, check them for their sex, if they're male or female, check for ripeness, and then we give them a distinguishing clip as part of the mark and recapture process to estimate the population.
We handle the fish, we give them a mark, which in this case is a fin clip. We release them, they mix with all the other walleyes that, you know, we didn't capture, and then we do electrofishing of the entire shoreline to get our second sample, and you're basically looking at the proportion of the population that you marked.
We use our nets to mark the fish, and we keep track of the number of fish marked in the population. We'll pull our nets, wait 24 hours, and then we use a boom shocker and we shock the entire shoreline of the lake. We'll look at the ratio of marked versus unmarked fish to determine the population estimate. For example, if we marked 1,000 fish and we do our recapture run and 25% of the fish are recaptured, our estimate would assume that the population is 4,000 fish. So that's how the math works.
More than a century ago, walleye were stocked in this lake by the DNR.
They actually came from Saginaw Bay, and they just took off. The great spawning habitat, they took off. They've been naturally reproducing since. We don't stock it at all. And, you know, we'd love to keep it that way. We never want to stock a lake if Mother Nature can do its thing on its own.
The DNR can estimate if there's an adequate food supply for the fish.
So you might ask, well, why do you care how old the fish is? Well, first, we can find out if there's a lot of year classes, we know exploitation rates are low. We can find out how fast they're growing. If they're growing well, there's a lot of food for them. If they're growing poorly, they're competing for food. So we can get a lot of biological information. It gives us the trend for the lake, how healthy the population is, and make some of our management decisions.
Walleye typically begin spawning in the spring as soon as the lake is no longer iced over. Their spawning season can be over in just a few days. The short spawning season can lead to long shifts for DNR staff that are working to complete the survey.
It's probably going to be a good 10-hour days for most of the crews. Sometimes we'll, you know, you might even have a 12-hour day, but they love it. We love being out here.
I've been doing this for 33 years, so to still like it, it's cool.
Michigan Conservation Officer Josh Russell is patrolling operators of off-road vehicles during the busy Memorial Day weekend. At the same convenience store where he issued a ticket earlier in the day for the same problem, CO Russell spots another man driving his ORV where it's not allowed.
Like this guy right here. Like it's like I said, it's a never-ending issue here. I know, right? Hey! Come here. Turn it off for me, will you? You got an ORV sticker? Yep, all right. You know you're not supposed to operate on M roads?
I'm sorry?
You know you're not supposed to operate on an M road?
On an M road?
Yeah, M18.
No, I did not.
Oh, you got your ID on you by chance?
Absolutely.
Okay, take a look at that real quick.
CPL.
Okay.
As well.
Okay, where's it at?
It's on the right hip.
It's right there. Where's your wallet at?
Right here, my left.
Left hip? Okay, just keep your hand away from your right hip. We'll be good there, all right?
You got it.
I'll take a look at your CPL when you pull that out, too. Thank you, sir. Just so you know, it is a huge safety issue to be riding down these roads, M roads with machines, like ORVs, side-by-sides, all that stuff aren't supposed to be on M roads, only county roads. Okay, so it's for a big safety issue. I mean, it's busy weekend, cars are flying all over the place, okay? So sit tight for me, all right?
Absolutely.
Here's the deal, all right? Busy holiday weekend, these things aren't supposed to be on the M roads at all, all right? You can be on the county roads, farthest most right portions of the roadway, okay? Just not M roads like 18, 61, stuff like that, okay?
Meredith Grade.
Meredith Grade's fine. You can be on that. You just can't be down this. So, and there's actually a back way to get to the store if you go down Meredith Grade.
So you're there right now if I wanted to. Right?
You can cross the road. You just can't drive down it. So, okay. So, and those people in the side-by-sides were just here, just had the same talk with them, all right?
In this case, for operating his off-road vehicle on a paved road, this man pled guilty and paid a court-ordered fine of $150.
From now on, just take that back road, that back way in here. I don't know, did you come from that way or that way on Meredith?
Right there, yeah.
You're right there, okay, yeah. So go across, hit that snowmobile trail and come back in here. Okay, just stay off it. We've had a lot of traffic. I had a lot of complaints of 20 or so side-by-sides running up and down.
I can get to the grade from here, so I should be all right.
Yeah, because you can take that snowmobile trail right up to the grade.
We're right at the corner of the grade, so I should be okay.
Yeah, okay.
Approximately 6 months after C.O. Russell was patrolling ORV operators, Officer Jackie Miskovich is in the State's District 7, checking on anglers targeting whitefish. She's part of a group patrol that includes both uniformed and plainclothes officers.
Lake whitefish will come in shallow to these pier areas, typically in November. It peaks about November 15th and it's done by about December 1st. They're more active at night, so anglers usually show up about 5 o'clock and they'll fish till about midnight.
C.O. Miskovich is on her way to assist another officer who has made contact with the fisherman.
Look at all these fish right here for me, okay? Tell me where you hooked each and every one.
There was a couple that got hooked up by the front fin there.
Okay, I want you to point to each fish and tell me where you hooked it.
I got that one right there, you can tell that.
Okay.
But the rest of them were all right in near the mouth.
Which ones do you think were hooked in the fins back here?
That one's got a mark right there.
Is that where you caught that one right there?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. How many did you catch in the mouth?
I got a couple of these that were hooked by the mouth.
Okay. Were any of these fish hooked in the mouth? All right, just be honest with us. All right.
No, they weren't.
Michigan conservation officers Jackie Miskovich and Anna Cullen have contacted a man who kept fish that were not hooked in the mouth. Another officer observed him catching and keeping the foul-hooked fish. He was then contacted by Officer Cullen and is now being assisted by C.O. Miskovich.
This obviously has a pretty good gash in it right there. And that's where you caught this one at?
Yes.
All right. All right, so these two right here, since none of these were hooked in the mouth today, we're gonna be taking off, okay?
Okay.
All right. We can see where a lot of them are caught. Did you do that?
No, the guy that's right around the corner there checked.
There's the creel. Oh, okay. Where do you think you caught these other two? It's hard to tell with the.
Yeah, it's
Did you
hard.
hook any in the tail?
There was one that was in the tail. I'm not sure which one.
Okay, so this one has this gash, this right here. Got this gash right here. But none were hooked in the mouth.
No.
All right.
I got Swedish pimples in these styles here.
Oh, with that size hook on it. All right. Go ahead, sit tight. We'll be sitting with you in just a second, okay?
It seems like every year, like clockwork, I'll get a phone call or two with some of these folks that were snagging and may have been caught by one of my officers, maybe issued a ticket or a strict warning. And they always have the question of what's the difference between spearing the whitefish or snagging the whitefish, and bring up the point that it's legal to spear them. So then I respond to that by saying, well, then go ahead and spear them, which there's a silence on the phone, or if they come to the office in person, it's the 1,000-yard stare, because they start to take in what it would take to actually spear whitefish.
CO Alberg saw this man hook a fish in the tail, a whitefish. We got up to him. Anna Cullen made contact first, and looking at the fish, we saw 3 obvious gashes in the fish. And then there's 2 others that weren't caught in the mouth, so he's admitting to all 5 fish not being hooked in the mouth, and that he caught them somewhere on the body. It's not forward of the gill plate, it's not anything like that. It has to take it willingly in its mouth. I'll explain your citation to you. This is your info, where it happened, what I'm writing you for. I'm writing you for retained foul hooked fish, or fish not hooked in the mouth, essentially. I gave you a warning for not having your fishing license on you. What I took, we're gonna take all 5 of these whitefish. The court's gonna notify you it's an appearance date, it's a misdemeanor.
In this case, for retaining fish that were foul hooked, this fisherman paid a court-ordered fine of $445.30, including $145.30 in restitution to the state of Michigan for the fish that were kept after being snagged.
This is a huge issue that we have in Muskegon every year, so we're trying to crack down on it.
I got you.
So, we know you're not a bad guy. Mistakes happen, but here's your bucket. You can have that back.
All right, thank you.
Don't forget your fishing pole and all that.
Yep.